Cool. So and go.
Welcome
Let's go.
to another episode of From the Corner. I just want to shout out my one sponsor, Hansa. They've always been with me. Thank you.
Yes.
Uh, Today
Shout
we're
out
going to talk
Savannah.
about Savannah, Jared, your sponsor, Rugani, or you got someone else to this week?
Well, I just finished, but this is home brew for the boys.
Home brew for the boys. Yes.
We're going to talk about the bantamweight division. We're going to talk about the featherweight division. We're going to talk about the welterweight division,
The
and we're
band.
definitely going to talk about the lightweight division because Dustin Poirier is back, baby boy.
Oh,
What's up, Papa G?
he is back. He is back. I'm so excited, man. I can't wait. I've been waiting for so long to have a Dustin Poirier fight, bro, or to watch
I
one.
think we all have.
And with Dan Hooker, I mean, you can
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm
Against
so
a stud
excited.
like Dan Hooker. This is
Yeah.
the warm up show. Then we're gonna have a proper preview show,
Yeah.
and then maybe we won't, but we'll definitely have a breakdown show as
We
well.
probably won't.
We're probably going to, but Dan Hooker's a stud. Hooker is an absolute stud, and this is probably the biggest fight in lightweight right now because the winner is probably the next in line. You know, the guys that are lurking up there is only Tony, Gaethje, and Khabib.
Oh
So
man,
the winner of this fight, it's huge for the division.
it's so deep, dude. It is so deep. I can't tell you how excited I am. It's gonna be, oh man, but it's, you know what? It's gonna be so weird to watching two studs go at it with no crowd, though. Hey, don't you think?
dude, watching all these fights have been so weird without an audience.
Yeah,
Agreed.
totally. It's
Eerie.
strange, eh?
It's quite cool that actually being able to hear what the coaches and everything are saying.
Yeah.
I guess it really work in Max's case, but it's cool for us sometimes to actually hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, like you hear each and every blow, like those kicks to the body are just like nuts. It's like, ugh, ugh.
It is a rough sport. I mean, I've been watching football as well, and not having a crowd is crazy. You very into the game, and what they've actually done on some of the channels is they've made like a slight crowd noise, and when the player kicks the ball past the post, they make it a bit like they make the crowd pop a bit, and it actually makes it a bit more entertaining. Because watching a game with no crowd in football is, it's really weird. Yeah, it's quite eerie,
Dude,
and having no noise.
that was one of the
Perfect.
things that I was actually going to ask you about because football's back, and that was one of the specific things I was going to say to you. Is like, what do you think of the auto function? You able to switch off the auto like crowd sound kind of vibe.
For me, I actually just I streamed off two different TVs when I watched the last two games that I watched. The one had it, the one didn't. The one I was using Sky, the one I was using a different channel. So I didn't have I was watching it with a mate, so I didn't have the function of changing it. But when I watched it with the crowd noise, it was actually a little bit more entertaining. Like I said earlier, yeah, having absolutely no noise was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But because I've always I've played football for the last 15 years, and I've always been in a football environment. I knew exactly what was happening, but it was yeah, seriously weird to watch a game with no sound in terms of the crowd. Because the crowd is everything. The crowd is everything in MMA as well.
It's so
Yeah.
strange, dude. Like, I mean, especially when I watched the football, it was I couldn't. I heard the sound, and then I turned the TV up, and I was like, oh wow, that's like an automated crowd sound, which is crazy. But yeah,
That's messed with my head because I know that no one's there, so hearing sounds it would just be weird.
yeah, it's super
Yeah.
strange. I don't know. But I mean, listen, they're doing what they can do to make the product as entertaining as possible for this is unprecedented. So everybody's trying to learn from each other. You know.
Yeah, and the networks do it as well because they obviously split testing. They're seeing, okay, cool. Do more audience drop off when there's no sound, as to do we retain a better audience when there's a little bit of sound like background noise? And I think they're finding that people are more entertained when there's a bit of a crowd noise. It's just one of those things that's ingrained in us. We know. It's
Yeah.
ingrained in me. I'm not used to watching it without sound. But we do need to talk about the main gangster, Mike Perry, because he's also on the card coming up.
and his one man corner.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, like before we get definitely Mike Perry. You actually threw me there. We're going straight to the co-main event, but I just because we got to be honest with the listeners here. This is third time lucky in 1 week. We've tried again, and finally we are here recording an episode of From the Corner. So it's good to see you boys.
Yeah. It's funny.
Before we start talking about the card this week, did any of you guys watch any of the fights from last week?
Of course. I was going to say absolutely everyone, but I'd be lying. I only watched the main event, but that's the main one: Baydes versus Volkov.
Yeah. Now, so did you watch that fight?
Yes, I did. But
what was that, Granny J?
I thought that was so boring.
It wasn't super entertaining.
Yeah, that's what the natural casual fan would say. But at the end of the day, for a not even casual fan, it was a pretty boring fight, man.
I actually enjoyed it.
I understand that grappling and all that kind of stuff is a part of the sport, but when it is just a grappling 5 rounds, I'm just like, nah.
No, well, I mean, there were ups and downs and there were moments, but I don't know if it was, I don't know, like it's personal preference. It's what style you enjoy the most, and like a lot, what's that?
I personally agree, and I think a kickboxing match with those guys would have been better. It would have been a lot more entertaining, but I don't think Curtis Blades could take that chance. And he had to do what he had to do.
Yeah,
certainly. I mean, if the Josh Emmett fight was the main event, that fight was brutal.
Dan, did you even watch that fight, bro? It was.
I saw the highlights. I saw the highlights. Yeah.
You guys watched the whole fight. It is insane.
Yeah, dude.
So you guys are saying Josh Emmett should have been the main event.
Look, the main event was supposed. Was Curtis Blades and Volkov. Those are the big boys, eh? Don't forget that. Like Volkov is like 6'7" or something to that effect. And Curtis Blades is beaten over him. He's the only person he's really lost to twice, unfortunately, at the moment is Francis. And Francis is the number 1 contender. And he's bitching and moaning and saying that, he can't fight anybody else but for the title. And the guy in line for the title knocked him out twice.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
I'm definitely they deserved the main fight. I'm just going in terms of entertainment.
Yeah.
I would put
look, we all want entertainment, but we can't have Ngannou every weekend because that guy entertains like hell. So if Blades can go on a 5-fight win streak, he's not going to get another matchup with Ngannou's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to fight him again.
Yeah, and then another one, dude. Before we go to the main card of this, we've only been talking for like 12 minutes, but Bilal Muhammad, dude, he's another one to watch out for. He beat Lyman Good, who's another beast. I don't know if you remember the shame. He's been on the wrong side of a few very good fights. Old Lyman Good. He's definitely someone still to watch out for. He actually lost his dad like 4 days before the fight or a week before the fight, which was something to in terms of like looking at a guy's mindset and seeing what these guys put themselves through, and the fact that he was still able to go out there and fight just after he'd lost his dad is insane.
Sure. Yeah, you did. You've mentioned Bilal Muhammad, I think, and he's pulled up the card. I see 17-3. So yeah, I've heard you say his name before. It's crazy. So Lyman Good's father passed away 4 days before his fight.
Yeah, a week or so before. I'm not sure how long, but I think it was a week or so.
It's crazy how what these guys put themselves through because it's such an individual sport. Obviously, they have a team, but the fighter is the main ingredient in the team. And I think with baseball, cricket, soccer, even sports like tennis, like if someone's parent passes away 4 days before their match, they're not going to be there. So it's just crazy what MMA guys do. Like they're just another breed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Cody Stamen, for instance. Cody Stamen, also with his brother.
Yeah. I mean, that's two cards in a row where someone's lost someone super close.
It's absolute craziness.
But I have to be honest with that fight. When I first watched it, I was like, no, I seriously thought Good should have won it. And then I watched it again, and I still kind of thought it could have gone Good's way. I don't know. Put it this way: if it was a 5 round,
it was a pretty close fight, dude. It was pretty
super close. If it was 5 rounds, Good would have had it because he basically had Muhammad rocking.
Well, no, I think it was a unanimous decision. I think. Muhammad definitely did work, and I definitely don't think he lost a round. The 3rd round was the closest, but
I'm saying he was getting rocked hard in that 3rd round. So if it carried on, I think he may have actually been knocked out.
It was close, dude. It was close. I didn't see anybody with any sort of. Yeah.
I was going to say, if it means anything, I will be watching Muhammad's next fight and Good's next fight.
Okay, cool.
Because I've just heard such a good review from.
Well, the last thing I want to say about this card was Jim Miller, dude, equals Cowboy Cerrone's walk UFC fight record. So he's tied most walks in the UFC. He was fighting what was a hype train of Roosevelt Roberts, who'd recently beaten what was his name, Brock Weaver, at one of the recent Apex shows. Came out, this guy was 10-1, only had lost one early on in his career. I think he did the Ultimate Fighter and whatnot. Jim Miller, absolute gangster, comes out, switches it up, gets a sweet armbar to finish. It was an amazing event finish.
It was a great finish and so quick as well.
Yeah, bro, it was so cool. But now we can move on to that.
Wait. Are we literally seriously going to just go past that whole Max story?
Come on, let's hear it.
Fill me in.
Tell us about it.
So Max, end of 2nd round, about to go into 3rd round, just starts telling his coach, no.
Roscoff.
Yeah. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah. I've seen fighters talk about that, and I saw Daniel Cormier and Ariel Helwani had a little bit of a difference of opinion there, where Ariel thinks it's disgusting. You know, what is the coach doing? Fighter says it's over, and Daniel said sometimes you need a bit of encouragement. What do you think?
No, totally.
Yeah, I think it's tough. It's a tough position to be in as a cornerman, not having had any experience being a cornerman, not having any experience in MMA, but having an experience in terms of sport, and albeit a very heavily contact sport. But I remember there were days where I felt down in when I was playing like rugby, when your coaches just said, "Come on, you guys really have to get through this. This is your time. This is what separates the talent from the gifted, etc., etc. Go out there and give it your all. Change your mindset from being a defeatist to the Rocky story. Basically, I'm getting beaten up for 2 rounds, and I come out and I get a flying kick and knock the guy out in the last dying 5 seconds. I think that's what his coach was going for. And being at his only 6th professional fight, I think you got to give the guy the benefit of the doubt, there's no shame in quitting on the stool. But I think with a little bit more experience, he could have definitely have had a different mindset and gone out on his shield. And I think I saw Daniel Cormier. I think it was a quote that said that's going to live with him for a while.
No, totally. But I mean, I've seen so many interviews about this, and the first thing is that what's his coach's name? It's Roberts.
No, I think the coach's name's Drysdale, Robert Drysdale.
No, Robert Drysdale. Yeah. Now Max and Robert have been living together for 2 years, so not only his coach, he actually knows this guy's attitude and he knows how he thinks. And this is what Daniel Cormier was also saying, that a lot of people don't realize. So Robert knew exactly what Max was thinking and what his mind was going through. And he was going, no, listen, stop thinking like that. You can do this. And he kept trying to tell him. And then I saw an interview with Robert also going that Max, after the fight, has actually said, you were right, I shouldn't have actually stopped.
Oh, wow.
Can I just...
Yeah, go for it, Papa.
My boy, where did this come from? You got deep involved in that, hey? I like it.
But he also said afterwards that he took the fight on short. Well, I mean, he did take the fight on short notice.
He had no gas in the tank, dude.
But was it 4 days notice? Was it 6 days notice? What did he?
I think it was 4 days.
Yeah, that's very short notice.
Yeah,
it
dude,
should not have been.
You got all that. You don't really have gas in the tank. I mean,
he hadn't been doing any cardio. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine how much his lungs must have been burning?
Yeah, that's
he
terrible.
He must have been suffering to breathe, the bright lights, everything. Look, it's one of those things. I think he's still inexperienced, but I think I liked the way Dana handled it. Dana said that he's going to get an opportunity. He's going to get a second chance. So I think that's cool. I think that's going to be rad of them.
And Dana also stood up hectically for the fact that fighters can quit. They should quit. If they know that they're going to lose or they're going to get stuffed up, that they must say, actually, I don't want to go back in.
Well, also just to save themselves from damage, from
no, exactly.
damage.
He's like, there is nothing wrong with that at all. If you know that you're beaten, call it quits. Don't go in.
Yeah. So we moved to. Oh my word! I'm just looking at the card for this weekend. You
guys know we skipped over Raquel Pennington. Why did no one talk about Raquel?
Did you watch the fight?
Not very nice. Of course, saw the highlights. Okay. But if it means anything, I'm watching Raquel's next fight.
Yeah, even listen, yeah. I'm exactly the same. I just think, I've just had a bit of a struggle, and I just think the fight was low pace, grinding. I know there was a lot of pressure, and she wanted to play it safe or whatever. I just thought it was just it was a grinding fight. It wasn't one of those very entertaining affairs, you know.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Okay, well, I want to just apologize to the listeners just for bringing that up. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, no, well, look, I mean, it's great to get. I mean, it's good to see Pennington in the winners column, because if she had lost that fight, her professional record would be 6-6, or or 10-10. No. Let me just check quickly.
It's 11-9. It would have been 10-10.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was like, yeah, you know.
But she won. So she's back.
Exactly. So now she's moving. She's moving
I'm
up.
I'm a Pennington fan. I just it wasn't a good fight. I watched the highlights and there weren't really any.
But
so,
her fiance Tisha Torres, she fought on the undercard, and they both won. So great. Can imagine the celebrations on that side.
That fight was insane.
Okay.
Moving on to
we can all imagine that.
Yeah.
Back to Josh Emmett.
Did you guys actually see that yesterday was Joe Rogan's 18th year that he joined the UFC?
Oh, his 18th anniversary of being a commentator. Yeah, Joe Rogan's one of the best. You know, the only guy I compare to Joe Rogan is The Rock from Clemson.
I knew you were going to say that.
the Rogan of Rondabosch.
What are you talking about?
Obviously you, bro. I'm talking about the pod, bro.
No,
I pulled up the card for Fight Night. Do you guys want to preview it?
I've got it up in front of me as well. I'm looking forward to Jean Vellante versus Maurice Green, man. That's gonna be fun.
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about, and it's at heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm super excited for that.
Cool. Well, I mean, you take it away. I think you probably know a bit more about Vellante than me.
Okay. Well, basically, there was a women's bantamweight fight that has somewhat been cancelled, which I was quite excited to see.
Aspen Ladd.
Yeah.
Why is that cancelled? Do you know?
I'm not quite sure because it must have only been released. I mean, only been cancelled recently. So very strange. I like
Aspen Ladd. Yeah, sorry, I was going to say I like Aspen Ladd a lot. Ever since she fought, was it Aspen Ladd that fought Cyborg?
No. Who was? She fought Holly Holm, and she got.
Sorry, it was. I remember it being very one-sided, but I always liked her after that.
Yeah, but it was also somewhat controversial. So yeah, it was an interesting one. Julian Rose is a very exciting fighter. He's been around for a while that I quite enjoy. But yeah, Jean Vellante, he's a part of Sarah Longo's team with Ali Quinta and Aljo and Merab Dvashvili and Chris Weidman, all those dudes. And so I've always been a fan of him. Look at his record. He's 17-11. He's had a rocky road in the UFC, but he's always super entertaining. Fight week, his interviews are entertaining. He's just one of those lovable guys to watch.
And are you a fan of Maurice Green?
Yeah, the Crochet King. I think he's called the Crochet King. He's the dude who knits beanies and stuff like that. I first discovered him in Tough. He's got a little bit of a lazy eye, and the Crochet King, bro. And he's long, dude. How tall is Maurice Green? I mean, I think he's like 6'2". He's 2 meters tall.
Jeepers.
2.01 meters tall, and he's got a 204 centimeter reach.
So who you got for the fight? Who you guys predicting?
I've got Maurice Green for the fight. He's coming off a good win. He's longer than Vellante. Vellante's coming up to heavyweight. He might. The thing is, Maurice Green, he might catch him with the hand. But also remember, Maurice Green's been finished with leg kicks before. So, but I still think Maurice Green by TKO, maybe late third round. Otherwise, it's a decision.
And Jay?
Jeez, I would have to totally make a guess on this because I don't know how.
You don't know that.
I'm gonna say Vellante, second round knockout.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's definitely plausible.
I was gonna go with Green. Yeah, I think it's gonna go down to decision. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Green decision. Do you guys see something else on the card that I see? A catchweight fight.
The catchweight was the Sean Woodson Julian Erosa fight.
Yeah.
That's the one I said.
Yeah, Woodson Erosa. Oh, sorry. Did you say that? Sorry, my bad. It's become quite a trend. While when in the middle of the pandemic, people can't make weight.
But
they're giving them an extra 5 pounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dana White dealt with that at the recent press conference, saying that the only reason he's doing catchweight bouts is because of the pandemic and the short notice fights, and that as soon as everything goes back to normal, then he's going to do completely away with them because, quote unquote, he says they mean fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Correct. Go, Jay.
No, no, no. I just agree.
No, I was saying last week that if a guy can't make 170, if he makes a catch weight of 175 and he beats a welterweight, he shouldn't move up the rankings in at welterweight. It should be a catch weight fight, or if maybe a middleweight fight.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
so I've always felt strongly about that. It's just professional to make weight, and I think Dana's right. Might as well give some catch weights to keep the fighters moving, because these guys need to work and make money. So I don't want to you never want to take that away from them. But we need to get back to normal so that Oaks can start making the right weight classes again.
Yeah.
That's just something I always have thought.
Completely agree, dude. I mean,
No,
shit,
yeah.
man. Yo, I'm so keen for the fans to come back. Like it's
Yeah.
grinding my gears, man. But
Fans make the entire sport. Fans
but I'm
make the
looking-
entire sport. That's what they do.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm really looking
I mean-
forward to Fight Island and to seeing how they're going to be able to transpose the no fans kind of situation to the to the
like
Abu
the
Dhabi
environment.
with the bigger fights
Yeah.
and how they're going to affect
But-
the end product.
Yeah. Is there an update on Fight Island? Have you guys got insight? What's happening?
I still haven't seen any proper pictures, and I've
What? It's
searched.
Yas Island. It's Yas Island.
Oh, yeah,
No, but I mean,
Abu
when
Dhabi.
like proper pictures of the rink on the beach, which is apparently supposed to be.
No, yeah, okay. I think
I
what
suppose
they're
we
gonna
just
do
have
in
to
the
wait.
Countdown, yeah, they're gonna do it in the countdown.
Yeah.
I think.
But guys, at the beginning of this podcast, I was talking about Mike Perry, and I was told, guys, we'll talk about Mike Perry later. This is the time. Mike
Right.
Perry versus Mickey Gall.
All right.
Mickey Gall's a stud, and unfortunately on his resume, Mickey Gall's beat CM Punk. So unfortunately, guys, don't blame him for that. He had to do it. He's a company man. He was just doing his job.
But also remember that Mickey Gall's also lost to Diego Sanchez recently. Two fights.
That can happen. Diego Sanchez beats real men in fights. Like, it just does happen.
Did you see recently that Diego Sanchez and Stefan Bonner just went and did the I think it's a DMT mission out in the woods of Texas or somewhere in the bushes.
When was this? Recently?
Yeah, recently.
I heard. I didn't hear about Sanchez. Was it with Henry Cejudo? Sorry, I
No,
didn't hear you
it
properly.
was with Joshua Fabia, everybody's favorite coach, and
Okay.
Diego Sanchez, and then another guy, and then Stefan Bonner.
Imagine just doing DMT in the bushes. It's crazy. But what's his name also did it? Cejudo. So after he retired, he went and did DMT in the bushes with I
Mike
can't remember
Tyson.
who it was, but it was, yeah, Mike Tyson. There
Yeah,
you go.
that's it. Yeah, he did it with Mike.
What
Tyson.
happened there? I mean, what makes you go from sitting at your house eating a sandwich to going to
Well,
the bushes and doing?
I'm not gonna say what he did. I think everybody just needs to go watch his episode with Joe Rogan.
Go watch that podcast. Go
Yeah,
watch that
was
podcast.
it was an interesting one for sure. But hey, okay, so Mike Perry, dude, very interesting. He's divorced. He's got a new girlfriend. His wife, Platinum Princess, on Instagram is still the Platinum Princess. Very interesting because I mean she must have built a brand out of it. And now he's got this little sexy mama, and she's the only one in the corner. What do you make of it?
Yeah. This is weird.
And he called on her, and ESPN Ariel goes, why is your girlfriend going to be in your corner? He goes, because she's like she's perfect. She's a little peanut butter chocolate buttercup.
Surprisingly, that is the only thing I actually saw about that interview. Go for it, Jay.
No, so I don't know the full story, but I heard that she said that he can't train with his coach.
Why?
I don't know, but that's what it was like. She said, no, you cannot be with, so he left his coach.
So, oh, geez, I would love to find the source that you got that from. That is interesting new news that is just broke,
I definitely
because I've
saw
never
that
heard that
some-
in my life.
I'll try and find it, but I definitely thought somewhere it was someone
Yeah, listen,
speaking. And
I've
said
got the
no.
browser open. Hit me up with the with the source. because
With
that
that
is
new
saucy.
news.
That is saucy news.
But guys, we're not talking about Mickey Gall's ground game. What's going on here? You guys have talked about Mike Perry's
Oh,
girlfriend for
are
2
we
minutes.
losing him? Are
We
we
need to
losing
talk
him?
about Mickey Gall's ground game.
No, for sure. Oh, Jared, have we lost him?
Oh no.
Okay, well, let's take a short recess until we get Mr. Daniel Schmidt back on the line. But luckily, we have Papa G and Granny J.
Okay.
Okay, but I think
I'll
he's back.
kick, I'll
There we
kick
go.
it from
There
the
he is.
top. I'll kick it from the top.
Oh, from the top. There we go. Are you there, boy?
Okay, guys, I'll say it again. Say it again. You guys have spoken about Mike. You guys have spoken about Mike Perry's girlfriend, but what about Mickey Gall's ground game? Take us through that.
Okay, so what I say to that is, we were speaking yesterday when we were trying to record this podcast yesterday. Well, I said I think Mike Perry is the type of dude to swing wildly, get caught in a body lock, get taken down, get caught into a body triangle, and get choked out. He did it. I mean, Donald Cerrone did it in a round. If you got Mickey Gall, who is a BJJ super, like a good black belt, but the only thing like, he won his last fight, but he's fought nowhere near the same competition as Mike Perry has. So
Yes.
I give Mike Perry the edge in terms of the talent that he has fought, because he was pushed and he had such an epic rise. And then you got guys like Mickey Gall, who maybe lost off the bat and are still trying to work their way back, and then have lost a few on the way. So I think Perry is good enough to. He's also a natural athlete, so he will be. Even though he sounds like an idiot, will have the wherewithal and the mind. What do you call it? The wherewithal to get out of certain positions.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to also see what he does without a coach in his corner now as well.
Yeah, I
he
mean,
may.
what can you do? I mean, like the guy.
Yeah, no,
wants to
I
do-
mean-
in his interview, he said, I want to do what I would want for any coach to do, is just to sit back and watch the show. I've done the work.
Yeah.
But Danny, you back there, bro?
No,
Oh, he's back.
It's hopefully. I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, it's fine. It's you are kind of there, but not. You're there in spirit. All right. So, did you hear any of that, bro?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, basically, I said Mike Perry may be stupid enough to be taken down. There we go. That's all I said. And then
Should we go from the top again?
And get submitted. No. I don't want to do it again. But
Fuck, man. I'm so sorry, guys.
no. But I honestly think that Mike Perry, there's a strong possibility he overextends and gets taken down and choked.
Yeah. I just found, I think obviously the way that I read it, but it says, the one heading says, Mike Perry has ditched his coaches and cornermen for his girlfriend, which obviously when I read it was like, his girlfriend was saying, no, they can't be there. So maybe
shit.
that's what I...
Oh, really?
Yeah, but obviously it just means that he's ditched them and now he's got his girlfriend.
Okay, shit.
Or it could be the other way around. I don't know.
Oh, wow. But, yeah, I mean, dude, hey, what can you do, eh? What can you do? It is what it is. It is what it is. But, shit, man, we've lost old Dan. So we're going to have to take this, this vibe out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're basically at the end anyway. We spoke about all the vibes.
No.
We spoke about the Dustin, but we didn't call the Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker fight. Who are you calling on that?
Okay. So let me just go back to that because okay. So as a pure fan, bro, as an absolute fan, I say Dustin
Please go
Poirier.
Hooker.
I've been a Poirier fan since the beginning. He is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I love Mickey Gall. I mean, not Mickey Gall. I love Dan Hooker. He's one of my favorite brand new fighters. I reckon Dustin Poirier is going to take it. I believe it's going to be a rough first round. It's going to be a rough second round, and then I think Poirier is going to take it. Dan Hooker is a legend. He's gonna. If anybody remembers the Edson Barbosa fight, that was something incredible to watch. So I definitely think that Dustin Poirier is going to take it, but it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a war. I think both guys are going to come out pretty hurt, and they're both going to require quite a bit of layoff. But I think the one who wins that is the next in line after Gaethje to fight whoever the winner of the lightweight title is.
Yeah. No, I was hoping that you're going to go for Hooker so that at least it'll be some competition between us. But
so you're going Poirier as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Dan is as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dan is as well. But anyway, man. Hey, this has been a fun one. It was a good test to see the new stuff. It is what it is.
We got through most of it, so it's all good.
Yeah, we got through. Well, we got through the majority of it, bro. We got to everything but the main event. So, shot for pulling in from the corner, Mr. Granny J. It's always good to see you, my man. And
bro.
For all the From the Corner listeners who listen to Papa Jesus and all that kind of jazz, thanks for listening. If you're a UFC fan, it's cool to have you guys listening to the show. And if you're not, I hope you guys become fans of the show so you guys can geek out on the sport that we love so much. And obviously with the new sports that are going to be coming out soon, or starting soon, we're going to be covering a lot of that. I mean, I've watched a couple of the New Zealand rugby promotion, the Super Rugby, tour. I can't remember what the actual name is, but they're back and they're full. What do you think of that, Jared? They've got full crowds, no masks, no nothing. They've got 2 COVID cases in the last 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, where's that?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. So I heard Australia just had their first death.
Wow. Well, I thought they had conquered that. But
they've come back. And they're blaming New Zealand.
Wow, crazy, man. But hey, they are trying to do their best as we all are. Thanks for listening to the show, guys. Look forward to UFC Fight Night Austin at the UFC Apex. It's South African time. The main card starts at 2 a.m. Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker in the main event. Mike Perry versus Mickey Gall in the co-man. It should be a crazy night of fights. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are. Yeah. This is From the Corner. That's Granny J, Jared's World. And this is Papa G. And for Daniel Schmidt, we say cheers. Peace out, guys.